Hi, my name is Joanie'S. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been to my website, please take a look, Joanie'sWhiteLightHealing.com. You'll find out more about me and how I became able to do this psychic healer stuff. I was a social worker in New York City for a long time, did not believe in any of this, thought that this was scammy, hoaxy, flaky. Around 2003, 4, 5, I became gifted with abilities and there was no turning back. I do this professionally today. You could find me on Facebook. Please like my fan page, Joanie'S White Light Healing. If you'd like to friend, please message me and let me know how you found me. You could find me on LinkedIn, SoundCloud, and Twitter, also with YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do and press the bell all icon and you'll get the notifications of all the times that I send out videos. Please like, share, and comment below. I love the comments because I get to find out whether there's any validation, if there's resonation, if you have questions. I just really like keeping in touch with the folks that are watching the videos. Not only does it support me, but it also supports other people regarding whether they want to watch or whether they had similar feelings. Maybe questions are answered for them too. So I bring in the highest of Christ-like consciousness. No, this is not a religious video. This is not Christian religious. Christed means they came to that moment of, oh, the enlightened ones. So I only bring in the top dogs. That's what's going on here. I put white light protection around myself. This is sacred space. I move my Joanie aside. I bring in archangels, angels, departed ones, guides, ascended masters, elementals, consciousnesses, star beings. In the beginning, when I started channeling, it would be one at a time, and I got a feel for their energy, and my hands would do all different things, and I knew who was coming in. And after a while, it became a collective, one voice. Every now and then, one might introduce themselves, but generally speaking, it's just the stream of the collective of the highest. There is no timestamp on this video. It is March 25, 2020. Yet, if you watch this video past the 25th, it doesn't matter. Spirit knows when you're going to watch this video. If the information resonates, great. If it doesn't, I suggest putting it on a shelf because at a later date, it might. Okay, so what I want to do here first is I put this out on Facebook in my feed, and I said that I was going to be doing a YouTube, and if anyone had any questions, I'd like to do a video where at least part of this is Q&A. So I have 3 situations here that I wish to address, not just for those specific individuals, but for all of you where you might be feeling similarly and have this question too. So the first one I'm going to read off. This was sent to me by email. And the person shares, I can definitely feel timelines and paths, choices shifting. I'd say it all started in January, and then right before this whole mess started, it got real strong. Has anyone else had issues with making decisions based on how the changing energy feels? For example, as the energy from people and the world changes even throughout the day, sometimes it feels good to take a new job or stay in a relationship. Then, at another point in the day, the energy will say, no, don't take that job or walk away from the relationship. I've always been one to listen to the energy and follow my gut. But this all over the place energy and shifting timelines makes things very difficult. Okay, so I'm going to go in first as Joanie, and then I'm going to channel. Okay, so we've got a lot going on. No, there's a lot that we are experiencing as a collective. It's called the Ascension, the awakening, the shift. This is a grand moment in Earth's history. It has never happened before. Yes, there have been other epochs. The Ice Age, the Flood, the dinosaurs, Atlantis, Lemuria. when every 26 plus thousand years there's a shift where spirit takes the needle off of the record player. It's kind of like, okay, I saw that do-over. This time we have something that's gone on for 26 plus thousand years. And it's like the Fibonacci spiral, like the Nautilus shell, and time starts collapsing upon itself, and it gets faster and faster and faster until ultimately there's a break and it's a shift. This time what's different is that Earth, that was to be the model of love for other planets. We were a role model planet that was then hijacked by negative energies a very, very long time ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago. It now is being restored to that of a love planet. We have a lot of work to do though, and it doesn't happen overnight. Okay. So with that being said, there's a ruckus going on, okay? It feels scary for some. A lot of people don't like not knowing, so their control issues are kicking them good. And then there are those who do know and have been following this and are thrilled. I'm one of them. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself on the continuum of understanding and feeling and knowing, sensing what's going on, we're all in this together. You are a very brave soul to be here now, and you wanted to be here. So with that being said, I'm going to go in regarding responding to this friend who posed this to be answered in a YouTube for everyone. Every soul is making decisions right now about what they want to believe. There's a lot of friction. We're all connected. Therefore, if we're making decisions while under stress, and we could go this way or that, it's kind of like a compression chamber of many, many souls. So imagine being squeezed in one tight compartment where you don't necessarily want to be, but you are. And then you have to go about your business and make decisions. Well, we feel each other. We feel the excitement and the fear. And we feel people's, I don't know what to do. I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm sad. Should I, shouldn't I? Back and forth. And they're going out a little, but then they're coming back inside. And they're trying to do something and then they pull back. So we're experiencing not only our own concerns and our trepidation, but we're experiencing everyone's at the same time. This makes complete sense. It's like, I would say it's like a pressure cooker, or like take a whole bunch of people and put them in a VW bus or in a telephone booth. I'm dating myself, folks, so you're going to have to look for pictures and YouTubes regarding shoving people in VW buses and telephone booths. It's fun stuff, but anyway, tight quarters, that's what we're in. Now, we need to be challenged in order to make decisions for ourselves now. Lady or the tiger? Is the glass half full or the glass half empty? Do I choose love or fear? So that's the bottom line. That's what's happening here is people are really making their decisions about, do I want to be part of a greater story that has a happy ending, or am I going to stay entrenched in my shit? Am I not going to do the work that's needed? Am I going to fall back on self-pity, anger, and fear, and then go to that more slovenly place of self-degradation, pity? Y'all have choices to make here. So regarding making a decision earlier in the day and then later in the day finding that you don't feel comfortable with what your guidance told you before, this makes complete sense. It's like also being on a rowboat with a few other people. Now you're steady on the rowboat and there are other people that aren't, and so you're feeling peaceful. and they're not, and they're rocking the boat. And then they settle down a little bit later on, and then you get up and then you start rocking. Whatever the case is, the three of you are on the same rowboat. You're in close quarters and y'all feel each other's energy. What I would say, what I would suggest is roll with it. Do what's in your control and let the rest go, and continue following your guidance. If you get a yes answer and then a no answer, what I do is I pull back and I stop. Sometimes I wait until yet a later date, or I sleep on it. If you're getting conflicting messages, sometimes it's a sign, then don't make a decision. Other times the collective is interfering with the energy of the timeline that you were going to go down. So if it was fine for you to get grapes and apples in the morning, but and you didn't get to the store in the morning, but in the afternoon, you're setting out to get grapes and apples, it's possible that other energies were involved and shifted the timeline so quickly now that getting grapes and apples might not be a good idea, because maybe there's someone who needs those grapes and apples more than you do. Last minute stuff, folks, and it's not a good idea. I would listen to my guidance. If it's a yes, great. If it becomes a no, I'd hold back, because it's still your guidance. It doesn't mean that it's a fake out or it's a lie. It means that time is collapsing upon itself very, very quickly. And it also doesn't mean that you should have done it earlier and now the door closed and shoot, that window is gone. It just means that there's a change. I wouldn't get into my head and start questioning it. I would just go with it. Possibly many of you have been experiencing this, where you feel good and bad, good and bad. You get an answer, you don't get an answer. Go with this until we get to the other side. It might even be more rapid, where things shift and shift and shift, and then ultimately, kind of like at the end of, I don't know, gosh, I want to say Bohemian Rhapsody, but then there are some other songs as well. There are some Who songs. I don't know if it's We Don't Get Fooled Again or Baba O'Reilly. It might be Baba O'Reilly. Go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So and there's some Led Zeppelin stuff. There are a whole bunch of, I'm thinking music right now, where it just crescendos ultimately, and then that's it. So go with it. You're not going crazy. It's normal. It's the energies, time collapsing upon itself, and the collective feeling pressure filled, pressure cooker. And this isn't a bad thing. We're not being punished. It's normal. People are not experiencing the world the way they used to experience it. This is brand new. We are birthing a new reality. These are contractions that we're in. And with contractions, they shudder, and then they might stop, and then they shudder, but they become closer and closer together until ultimately you've got a baby. Well, this baby is our new earth, and it is phenomenal. But what do you do when you're birthing? You hold on. You hold on. What do? You say, no, I don't want to do this. And then the baby goes back in and goes backwards. No, it ultimately comes out. That's what happens. So you hold on, be your best friend. Know you're not going crazy. Follow your guidance. You can always sleep on it. Now I'm going to go in and see what Spirit has to say regarding this concept. Here we go. Take your time, watch for signs, and enjoy this. That despite the fluctuations, there are pleasantries that they're putting in. Pleasantries meaning there are soft tones, there's energy, calming that they're giving us. There are fluctuations of energy. I see there are waves of love that are coming in to calm us. So if you feel tipsy, if you feel that you've been taken off of your path, I do see that there's a softness or a wave that had to come in, and that could also be why you were pulled away, is that you might have been worried and that they doused you with some energy, and then things shifted as a result of their energetic love bomb that they gave you to calm you down. I hope you all followed that. I understood it. Going back in. This is a waking up process. So if you fluctuate and if you find that one time it's okay, another time it's not, take a look at your process. That there might be an exaggeration of what you've always been doing, where you change your mind, you've been fickle, you're fence sitting, you go back and forth. This might just be exaggerated as a mirror of your process for you to take a look at and stop. That you don't have to be doing this anymore. You could be more decisive. You could hone your skills and you could work on your fears and doubts. That might be why you're going from yes to no, no to yes. Things shifting, things being fickle. Are you fickle? Do you go back and forth? Do you toy with things and you aren't as decisive as you need to be? I'm going to keep going back in regarding this. Some people who do this, they jerk themselves. They play with themselves and they mess with themselves. So I see there's like a chain on themselves and they're jerking themselves. They are really jerking with themselves, and that they mess with their own heads and that you don't have to do this. So if that is what's going on, some of this could be timeline shifting, but it could also be your process, that you mess with your head and that you're finding that one time you're this way, another time you're that, your guidance is such, this and that, and it's because you jerk yourself around. What is it that you're avoiding concluding? Do you feel that you're worth happiness? Do you feel that you deserve goodness? If you jerk yourself around, you're being a masochist. And that if you have masochism, it's usually that you hate yourself. Usually you have such self-pity and your worth is so low that by jerking yourself around, it's just your process and it might even feel normal. You need to work on the love factor. Where did this no self-love come from? Can you get to the bottom of this? Can you work through this? Can you address this? Get help. There are mental health professionals. You could do EFT, that's the tapping, emotional freedom technique. You could look that up. There's the tapping solution. There's emofree.com. You could Google emotional freedom technique or capital E, capital F, capital T. And you could tap away your fears. You could journal. Again, in the disclaimer, this does not take away from seeing a mental health or a medical professional regarding your concerns. I'm going to go back in. For some of you, by having this experience of vacillating back and forth, it's to get you so whacked out that you just let it go and you surrender. And once you surrender with control issues and having to know or not know or be on your game and be off your game, once you get thrown around, like whipped around here and there and here and there, and you're tired of it, because that might be what you do, where you need to control and know, you might surrender and give up. And that would be the best thing that could ever happen to you, is letting go and surrendering, letting things unfold, and distance yourself from outcomes. That's also fantastic. Okay. I hope this assists. I'm going to go to the next question or concern. Exhausted light workers. So there are many light workers and star seeds that are working tirelessly on Earth and in the ethers. What is a light worker? A light worker is a soul that comes in with a high vibration, and their job, their divine purpose is to assist with the awakening of humanity. And they can come in all shapes and sizes, and they could be incarnated angels, and they could be wise ones, they could be elementals, and then star seeds like I am. We come from different star systems, and we incarnate into bodies, and we have our sets. We have our sets of knowledge, and we also are here to assist. So light workers and star seeds are probably quite exhausted. A lot of us say that we're exhausted when we wake up, that we might have slept through the night, but We feel exhausted because we've been doing a lot of rallying, possibly battling in the ethers, educating, supporting. And here on Earth, many of us are now losing our voices. We are fielding a lot of questions, offering support and guidance, and pooling our resources regarding um, evil vanquishing from this earth to bring on a new day. So I'm going to go in as Joni, what I would suggest for the exhausted light workers and star seeds. Then I'll bring in the crew. Here I go. Do what you can. Do what's in your control. Don't give up. There are many people that need your help. Follow your guidance. If you need to stop, stop. If you need to get exercise and go outside, get some fresh air, do so. A lot of you are cramped right now, and a lot of you, I see your wings need to be extended out. And that would take place probably in a more open space. So I can see people's wings. I see incarnated angels, and a lot of you are cramped. So if you're able to walk outside, just throw back your scaps, and I feel that a lot of your wings are whacked out, and that will assist you. And I see having tea, having cocoa, warm liquids will assist at this time. Y'all are getting downloads. So in your being exhausted, you're also being refreshed with a lot of information. Your communication skills are being honed at this time because many of you do need to speak up. You need to talk about what you know and offer your guidance to many people. Some of you don't quite know what to do, and that's okay. So follow your gut. Again, regarding exhaustion, if you need to cry, be sad. If you feel exhausted, feel exhausted. Do what you would normally do if you were tired. If you feel that you're battling and getting into arguments, stop. Know who your audience is. Know what you're doing. You don't need to say all that you're saying. Some of you are blathering and you don't need to have the diarrhea of the mouth. Know who your audience is. Know when to stop. Know if you're in too risky a situation. I don't go around talking about who I am and what I do with just anyone. That's for you to hone your discernment, your judgment. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Do your job. You know why you're here. You know what you came in to do. All is well. Trust that your spirit guides have you and that they've been talking with you tirelessly. Again, I see tea and warm liquids that helps a lot of people. Refresh yourself when you need to, and if you need to, walk around. Get out and walk. You're only to do so much, and then you need to stop. You need to know when to stop. Go about your business. Let freedom ring. So now I'm going to go in and see if Spirit has anything more for the exhausted light workers and starseeds. Y'all do have a genuine belief that all is well. There's a smile. People eat up your words. They look at you and they laugh. Bless yourself. Know that you're okay. Trust your intuition. Go inside. See what you need. Are you helping yourself? Have you taken care of yourself? That's the most important person, you. Don't forget yourself. Help others, but did you help yourself first? That is the question. Are you helping yourself? Don't deny yourself pleasures. So you've been there assisting many, but have you treated yourself? Have you experienced any pleasure? You deserve that. And if someone doesn't listen, that is okay. You can go your own way. That's what Spirit says regarding this. Now I'm going to go to the last question. blocking others' stress. So many of you are fielding a lot of other people's anxiety, panic, depression, stress. I will respond as Joni in terms of best ways to deal with others that are having difficulty coping now, and they could be taking it out on you, taking it out on others. You could be witnessing shenanigans, having to listen to what someone else is saying with complaining. They could be help rejecting complainers. As Joni, I'm going to respond. So, Spirit for a very, very long time has said, if you find that you are with negativity, remove yourself, distance yourself, and or cut ties with those that are bringing your vibration down. Now that we are at this crossroads and most of you are inside, you might be finding yourself with people that are negative, that are bringing down your energy, that are sucking the life out of you, that are panicking, that are just filled with a lot of stress. If you are unable to distance yourself and or cut ties with someone, then it's about coping. Put white light around yourself. Bless yourself. Call upon Archangel Michael for protection. Speak softly. Use cool, calm tones when talking to people who are stressed, who aggravate, who are negative, who are being mean perhaps. Be calm and cool, and if you're unable, it's best not to speak. Avoid as best you can. Some people are so upset and they need you, and that you need to decide whether you can assist them despite their being stressed. So you either are there to assist them or you're there to pull away. It has to do with whether that stresses you out. Some people are not to help another person manage their stress. That's on them. I have to focus on myself. I can't handle it, or I don't want to, whatever's the case. There are no shoulds. It's about not losing your shit. It's about staying as centered as possible, as positive and calm as possible. And that if there are people that are around you that are getting under your skin, do you need to be with them? Do you have to be with them? If not, well, do something about it. Spirit's been saying this for eons. Separate yourself from people that are bringing down your energy. You do not need to be in this type of a situation. It is unnecessary. There's a reason for every season and chapters close. You say, thank you so much. There's a Yiddish expression, geh gesundheit, go in good health. It's not a fuck you. It's genuine. If you genuinely say geh gesundheit, it's go in good health. You know, you bless the person. Thank you so much for our time together, and I can't handle you anymore. I got to separate from you. It's too much. Now, there are situations where this is time sensitive and it's circumstantial. Maybe the person's flipping out right now, but as things change, they'll resume. They'll go back to being normal again. So maybe you need to pull out temporarily. Maybe you need to use your voice, your throat chakra, and say, I'm sorry, your stress level is so high, it's getting me so nervous or so scared. I can't manage this. We're going to have to talk when you have taken time out for yourself. I have to put the oxygen mask on myself first. I'm losing it. I love you, but I can't deal with this right now. That's another approach. Y'all have different situations. Whatever the case, this stress is real. Yes, I experience stress as well. But I don't feel like I'm losing my shit, and I'm actually quite happy. I'm feeling joy during this stressful time. But sure, there's stress. Sure there is. It's weird to be at stores where there are lines. The whole thing's real kooky to me, but it's a different stress for me. It's more like with wonderment and excitement, like there's electricity in the air. Point is, this is real. It's time limited. It might go on for a while as more things unfold and as truths start coming about some dark shit that's going to be told to us. So with that, you need to make short and long-term plans. Who's in my field? These are people I can't get rid of. These are people I need to distance myself from. This is temporary. I'm going to stick with them. I'm not. I need to say something. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to stay in another room. Whatever the case, everyone has their own situation. Ask yourself, go inside, go into your heart, which is the knowing, and say, heart, what can you tell me? What do I need to do for coping regarding the other's stress? Now, regarding the collective, many of you are empaths. You feel the collective. The collective is on fire. We're on fire right now. It's one big love ball. The love ball's on fire. Which way do I go? What do I do? What's going on? WTF. It's fantastic. But a lot of people are flipping the fuck out right now. The empaths feel this. And that's something that you need to take into consideration if you're feeling electricity, if you can't sleep, if you're losing your appetite, if you cry suddenly, if you get waves of fear. That might not be you. And you empaths know who you are, and you know whether it's you or whether it's they, whether it's the collective. Okay, so if you're feeling the waves of discontent all around you, you just buckle up. What would you normally do? I suggest grounding. Have a grounding stone. You could have hematite, shungite, smoky quartz, tourmaline, jet, onyx, granite. I think I said smoky quartz, tourmaline, shungite, hematite. I think I covered them all. Tourmaline, yeah, I did. And with that being said, you could have a grounding stone by you. You could hold it. You could have one by you. You could imagine that the energy is around you. You could ground yourself. I imagine the soles of my feet being one with the earth, like roots of a tree growing deep into the earth for strength and stability. Ground yourself. That will really keep you nice and grounded. And then you can at least know where you end and they begin. And once you just are cognizant of what your shit is and what the collective's is, that usually brings people down a notch. And you can say to yourself, this too shall pass, all is well. You could take a sea salt bath and clear your aura. You could take an Epsom salt bath, and that can really pull negative energies out of you. You can use a selenite wand, and you could comb your aura and clear your aura as well. So with those things being said, these are ways that you could manage another's stress. Now I'm going to bring spirit in and see if there's more. There usually is. Let's see. Oh, calm down. So for those of you who are flipping out over other people, just calmate tu. Calm down. Sheket bavakasha. Hey. So with all of this, you need to really be quiet. Calm down. You guys need to really still yourselves. So for those of you that are getting all miffed because of other people are allowed to be messed up. Everyone has their own process. Every single soul is going through their own reincarnation, if it were, their own refurbishment and enlightenment. Every soul processes this a different way. Therefore, you need to be patient. So if any of you are like, hey, chop, chop, get with it. This isn't so bad. Or chop, chop, chop. You shouldn't feel that way. No, 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 no. When you've walked a mile in my shoes, have the empathy. Not sympathy and pity. Those are lower vibrations. Empathy and compassion. Those are high spiritual virtues. Okay? Empathy and compassion. Everyone is flipping out possibly, or everyone's stillness is different. Everyone's in between is different. Wherever a person is on their continuum of how they're experiencing this, from still and calm to flipped out and panicked and insane. Everyone has their own process, except that there are other people stressed out. You might be stressed out too, but we're all connected, and we can't demand that other people are going to conform to our wishes. We can envision a peaceful world. We can put out there, I wish for everyone to heal. I wish for people to find peace and contentment during this uncertain time, during this time of transition. That is a beautiful wish, desire, intention to put out there for yourself and for the collective. I'm going to see more what Spirit has to say. Trust. Trust that all is well. And my ear is ringing, and they're boxing my ears, which means truth. You are a manifester of your reality. So if there is discontent and a lot of stress, you might be putting that out there as well. So de-stress yourself, and you might find that your external world, which is a projection of your reality, might start to calm down. See how much discontent is within, and then work on that. Bring yourself down some pegs, and then check out outside of you and see, oh, look at that. That sure calmed down. Maybe it's because I did something about it for myself. Okay. So that's what Spirit has to say. Now I'd like to go in and say a few things from Joni regarding what's going on here. People seem to be getting used to this idea that they're in. They might not be happy about it, but people are starting to sit with this and gel with this concept. That's fantastic. Adapting is fabulous. Getting into a routine is wonderful. Get yourself situated. You don't have to know. You are allowed to not know. This is called giving yourself permission. Okay? If you haven't been following the events of the deep state, dark forces, the elite, it's okay. Things will be revealed in due time. There will be an unfolding. Not all of what has gone on in those dark rabbit holes will be revealed, as the masses would not be able to manage that. Therefore, what will be revealed is exactly what we as a collective can manage, what is publicly shared. You don't have to know, you don't have to worry. Trust that Spirit and the divine ones are with us, that they are guiding us, that they have our backs, they've been supporting us, and they know us intimately. Each and every one of us, you are protected and held. I suggest thinking positively. How do you want an outcome to be? Would you like to see a new earth? Would you like to see a better system be erected? What is your story? How would you like to continue this movie? Put in great players, make great scenes. Do you want certain, I don't know, traits? Do you want to be more proud, brave, courageous, smart, organized? Put everything in that you'd like. And then what you do at the end of your visualization is you say, and if it's for my highest good, may it be. Okay? There's a lot of uncertainty. Call upon your guides to give you information. You just have to ask. You're already getting downloads, but if you purposely and consciously ask, hey, I need a little help here, that doesn't hurt. You might start seeing more signs. Synchronicities are going to be occurring more and more. Watch for the miracles. Watch for the miracles. It is fabulous. Okay, it's just fabulous. That's all I can say. People are joining together. Their hearts are joining together. I've been outing myself as an alt media truther, spiritualist in public. I did it in my supermarket, and I just have been saying things that are such a crack up. Oh, it's a pissa. New earth reality happening. Arrests are happening. And you know what I'm finding? They know. The people are going, I know, and they're smiling and winking. And I was at one place where people were listening, maybe within 10 to 15 feet in a radius of where I was, because it was quite quiet. And people were moving closer, and they were smiling. And they were adding to it, and they were all nodding. That the people knew already. They knew what was going down, that a virus made us stay inside so arrests could be made. I shared this when I drove up at my bank, at the drive up, and I mentioned it. And he said, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. This is going on all around the world, okay? People had a knowing, some people more than others. And if you didn't know, it's okay, you didn't have to know, okay? Ask yourself why you're here. A lot of people are starting to ask, what is my divine purpose? Ask yourself, there's some reason why I'm here to witness something huger than life. What can I do now? What's my purpose? Go inside. I suggest you do that. You're a big friggin' deal. If you are here at this point in Earth's history, you are a player. There is some reason. It's your light, it's your energy, it's your force, it's your goodness, it's your grace. Know who you are now, because we need you. We need for you to clarify more about who you are, what you stand for, what your strengths are. Work on your limitations. Start getting rid of them. Start working through your shit. You can do this. You always have, and you will. You would not have chosen to incarnate to experience this if Spirit, God, Source, Creator, the Mother, Father, God, the I Am Presence, didn't think that you could handle this. You love this. You're a crazy coot, kick-ass warrior. And I say this, that you have always been this way. You always will be this way. Amen. And I send blessings to each and every one of you. I send love and hugs. And I join with you in that heart space that we as a collective can move forward into something we have never experienced before. We want this, we deserve it, we know it, we feel it, we sense it, and it is our time. I send love to you. If any of you are interested in a reading or a healing, you could find me through my website. I do Skype, Facebook video. I do in person if folks are local to North Central New Jersey. And I'll say it again, Skype, Facebook video, and phone for those who aren't local to North Central New Jersey. And just Joani'sWhiteLightHealing.com, and I will see you. It is blessed. I've been saying this is a pissa. There's my Long Island that comes out. And do not be afraid. There is nothing to be afraid. Nothing to be afraid of. We're protected. Stay safe. Remain inside if you're told to. Watch your children. Keep them near you. And all is well. Bless y'all.